story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's going to tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
All right, so in theory, this will be quick. I was doing research for something else, and I came across this article. And the article is written by actually a very accomplished author. Her name is Leslie Vernick. And it's a lengthy article. I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Well, maybe it's not lengthy, the comments go. I'm just gonna read it, and I'm not gonna shoot it as we go along. I'm just gonna read and make my observation, and I'm gonna get on with my day. The title is, Do I Have to Wear Sexy Clothes to Meet My Husband's Needs? Morning, friends. I survived pickleball camp, 4 days of intensive training, broke some bad habits, and instilled some new ones. Yet now I'm back. I have more work to do. I have to drill and practice in order for my new habits to become a consistent part of my game. In the same way, real change in any area of our life doesn't just happen because we want it to. Even when we see what we're doing wrong, to change it requires consistent, intentional action steps and often coaching and accountability. Whoa, the A word. We have just a few stops left, blah, blah, blah. Okay, she promotes her coaching and all that other stuff. Question. This is from a reader or a writer. My husband of 15 years and I have had many, many arguments. I said I wasn't going to interject. I'm like, well, there's the done. Just done. My husband of 15 years and I have had many, many arguments about what I should wear in general and during sex. When I am vacuuming or doing dishes, he will often come over and lift my shirt when I'm wearing leggings or workout pants so you can see my butt. I tell him I don't like this, but he thinks I'm ridiculous and that I don't understand his needs. He says he doesn't look at other women's butts, etc. This past time, his response was, well, then look like a butch and expect me to be okay with it. He's called off plans because I changed my clothes and didn't wear the tights or leggings I had tried on earlier. In the past, we've had arguments, huge blows, because I don't want to wear slutty clothes during sex, but would rather wear a cute teddy nighty dress. He says it's all about me and I'm not meeting his needs. I'm so frustrated with not knowing what to do. If I put on the clothes, I feel stupid, so then I'm not into sex and he gets mad. But if I stand up and say these things make me feel stupid, he gets mad. I want to meet my husband's needs, but am I being selfish? I don't like to dress girly, but I'm definitely not butchy. Answer. This is the authoritative answer. There's no gray about it. Leslie's going to give us the answer. This is an important question because so many women silently suffer from this kind of pressure and control from their husbands. It might be about their dress, their hairstyle, even being pressured to having surgical enhancements to their breasts or butt in order to create a visual the husband wants. A husband might pressure his wife to participate in sexual practice she doesn't like or want, and if she resists or refuses, she's told she's wrong, unloving, prudish, or unsubmissive, especially if she's a Christian wife. I believe she's a Christian or Christian-adjacent author. First, let's get something crystal clear. Your husband does not need you to look a certain way. He may like you to dress in a certain way, but it is not a true need. He will not die or shrivel up if he can't look at your butt when he wants, or if you don't dress the way he prefers when you go out together. Please take that pressure off yourself. But the bigger question is, does he have a biblical right or authority to tell you how to dress and punish you if you refuse to comply? The answer is no. I get it. Men are visual, and we all have preferences about what looks good to us and what turns us on. It is not wrong for your husband to share with you what he'd like you to wear in the bedroom or when going out together. Just like it would not be wrong for him to say, I love sushi and I'd like to go for sushi tonight. The problem is not in his desire or his request. The problem happens when you refuse to comply. Then you are called selfish and there's a blow up in an argument. It seems you are not allowed to have your no. It is disregarded, demeaned, and devalued. You are the wife whose sole purpose is to meet his need, however he defines it. You're not a person in your own skin who has her own likes and dislikes, her own style and preferences. You are to be what he wants you to be. That is suffocating and soul destroying to you. It is not the mark of a healthy marriage. You said you want to meet his needs. Let's call it his desire, because we've already established it is not a need. How might you do that in a way that doesn't feel inauthentic to you, to who you are and how you feel? To succeed in doing that, there are two main issues you must tackle if you want to move through this problem in a positive way. First, you have to stop allowing him to make you feel guilty or saying what you do and do not like. You have to give yourself permission to be you, even if it disappoints him. Even as a wife, you are called to be a God-centered woman, not a husband-centered woman. You are not selfish by saying to him what you like and what you don't like. Let's go back to the sushi example. If you love sushi and you hate it, what's next? Are you forced to eat sushi because he likes it? Are you allowed to not like it without being selfish or bad? Is there a compromise so that you could go out to eat someplace where he gets to eat sushi and you can also have a meal you like? Or is the only solution for you to pretend you like sushi so that he gets exactly what he wants? Doing your own work here will help you not be so easily intimidated or bullied by a man who believes you should like what he likes. It will help you speak up and stand up to his selfishness and objectifying behavior in a godly way. God wants you to be you. He made you to be you, not him. Your main goal is not to please your husband, but to please God by being who God, made you to be, not who your husband wants you to be. The second issue that must be addressed is your husband's inability to handle your no without punishing you. You said that he will call off your plans when you don't dress the way he wants you to. He tells you it's all about you, but I believe that's a projection. It's all about him, what he wants, what he needs, what he feels. And even when you've tried to dress as he wants, you feel slutty and uncomfortable, not sexy. He gets mad because you don't feel the way he wants you to be free. He wants you to feel. A wise and godly husband wants his wife to feel comfortable and safe in the bedroom, not scared and dirty. Marriage, especially the sexual relationship, is all about safety. If there is no safety, there can be no intimacy. If there could be sex, but it's not mutual, loving, or connected sex, is greedy sex, which Paul strongly speaks about in Ephesians 5, where he writes, let there be no sexual immorality, impurity, or greed among you. Such sins have no place among God's people. It seems stories, foolish talks, and coarse jokes, those are not for you. Instead, let there be thankfulness to God. I love Jesus in the bedroom. You can be sure that no immoral, impure, or greedy person will inherit the kingdom of God, Christ, and of God. For a greedy person is an idolater, worshiping the things of this world. Don't be fooled by those who try to excuse these sins. Scrolling down. Just because a man is married doesn't entitle him to objectify or misuse the precious gift God has given him. It sounds as if your husband's view of sex is more worldly than godly. You can't change the view, but don't let him infect you with it. Sex is an expression of love, safety, and commitment. Love does not demand its own way. It's not selfish. From what you wrote, you're willing to compromise to see if there could be a middle ground here in order to have mutually enjoyable sexual time. However, it sounds as if it's his way or the highway. Who do you think is being selfish here? Stop defending your right to be you. Stand firm yet loving, fighting for a healthy marriage in every way. Here's my question. I'm not even going to go into. Does this sound like anything you want to be a part of? Does this sound like fun or sex? Remove the religious connotations for a second. Does this sound fun at all? This is super happy, fun sex time. Do you want to deal with this bullshit? And what I want to do, I know we had the Clary relationship test. It was kind of somewhat of a farcical test, but not really too farcical. I think it would help. Compatibility test. And one of the questions in there was, does she like wearing lingerie? And it's not necessarily an issue or a question about the lingerie. It's more of a question is she going to, do you guys like the same thing? Like, are you going to have kids? A better question, a more pointed question is, does she like to have sex? And is she going to sexually satisfy you? Like, yep, let's do it, baby. Like, because you've hopefully you're lucky enough to have met a girl like that. I strongly recommend you maybe look onto holding on to girls like that, where, the type, like they'll go to a strip club. What do you think about that girl? Oh, you like her dress? Okay, I'm going to get that. Or they just like, you walk in and there she is. You didn't have to ask. You didn't have to say, hey, don't you think They just do it. They're just like, hi. And I'm not a big relationship expert, but what little things I've figured out through my many and varied failings majority, which is most everyone's dating experience, most of your dating experience are failures, otherwise you would have been married once. Is not you just avoid this argument. The girl is either going to put on lingerie willingly without you having to ask and has fun and is joyful about it, ride or die or not. And I, as I've gotten older and I've talked to the boomer men who claim to have great wisdom and advice, which they didn't. And even my gender guys, I'm looking at like, oh yeah, sexless. The idea when you're young, they're like, a sexless marriage, what the fuck is the point of getting married then? Guys, women are just not that interested in sex as you are. They just aren't. They aren't as interested in men as you are them. And since sex is probably the number one thing, not the only thing, just like wings, I would imagine, are the number one thing on a plane. We probably need an engine and a stabilizer. This cannot be negotiable. This can't, the idea, but they're married. This failed, pointless marriage is in existence. This is a real thing. And it's much more common where you are negotiating over sex. And I just look at this, and it's just to show you a bit of intellectual honesty. The guy wants to wear slutty clothing. Girls, sit down. Every guy wants you to wear slutty clothing. And look at, instead of just loving your husband enough, like, I don't like it, but he does. I've switched, show you around. Obviously, I don't care how I dress. I don't care about fashion. I go to Goodwill. I buy the pair of jeans. That you got to be at Goodwill. You got to make sure the zipper works on the jeans. A lot of jeans, they don't have a zipper. It doesn't work. No wonder they sold it for so cheap. I just buy the crappy clothes that don't have, dog urine stains. Okay, I'm presentable in public. But when it comes to going out or nicer clothes, I outsource it to my girlfriend. Haircut, my entire physique presentation, especially if we're going to go out in public. What do you want, babe? I don't care. Because I'm not dressing up. The only interest I have in dressing up is to, comply with the law. Otherwise, I just walk out there with boxer shorts and some Tifa sandals, to be perfectly honest. Like, yeah, what's going on? Maybe a Hawaiian shirt. But it's for her. What do you want? You want me to wear this ridiculous shirt? Sure, I'll wear this ridiculous shirt. I think she's got some better taste in fashion. You want my hair, sir? Well, fine, I'll put my hair a certain way. The glasses I got, these are reading glasses now because I'm getting old and blind. I didn't choose these frames. Babe, let's go. What do you want? And just and just a bit of advice, guys. If you got yourself a steady girl, wife or not, just let her pick out just make her happy. It's not that. But if you're arguing, hey, why don't you put on the crotchless, pearl beaded rhinestone things, which I highly recommend. Not for you guys, talking for you women. And she's like, you picked the wrong girl. And since sex is so important to men, I know it's not important to you girls. I get that. I understand it's not as highly ranked. I know it's important, but not as important to men. Guys, the lingerie, just article alone. Oh my God, the quarrelsome. I mean, I give thee, I present to you the quarrelsome woman. Right off the bat. Hey, look at that. Take them to, you can't go to Fredericks of Hollywood. Well, they don't have them physically anymore. You can't go to Victoria's Secret because that's all woke and plus size. But go to, I can't even say Yandy. I think it's Foxy Lingerie now is the one that doesn't have the plus size models right up front anyway. And then go there. It's like, hey, what do you think about that? Like, oh, or buy them that. Buy them the thing you exactly want them to wear. Like, here you go, I got you some cute. And if they're not giggling and, oh my God, maybe a little bit like, oh my goodness, you're so bad. And then they're smiling and they hit you in the chest. You're so in. If they're like you showed them a skinned squirrel. You're like, do you like my skinned squirrel? And you're like, oh yeah, wrong girl. Not for you. Because you do not want to be in this fucking bullshit. That's what this is and the response, oh my God. No wonder she's a best-selling author. Just convenient quote from God. I didn't know how that quote from, what was it, Paul, Ephesians, whatever it was. Like, what is that? Really? I got some other Bible quotes you can use, but you're probably going to ignore those. You want to deal with this shit? I mean, and here's the other okay. Does it hurt me to wear these clothes? No. Do I look at it? Let me give you another example. Okay, let's see the little nieces, right? They want to see Jimmy Canoe and the Two Farting Unicorns, whatever movie that I don't want to see. Now, do I want to go see Jimmy Canoe and the Two Farting Unicorns? No, I don't want to see Jimmy Canoe and the Two Farting Unicorns. But oh my God, their kids at school and they saw it on the internet. Oh my God, Uncle Eric, can you take us to see John? We want to see Jimmy Canoe and the Two Farting Unicorns. And you know what Uncle Aaron would do? Uncle Aaron would say, not, oh, all right, fine. I would, hey, you kids want to go see Jimmy Canoe and the Two Farting Unicorns? And they'd be like, yeah, all right, let's go see Jimmy Canoe and the Two Farting Unicorns. And I would get in, we feed them full of sugar, we go get pastries, get them whatever they want. We go, I'd even get them the unicorn hat. You know, you all wear, I'd even get a unicorn hat. Do I want to wear the unicorn hat? No, I don't want to wear the unicorn hat. But you know what? It'll make two fucking girls very happy. And so for a slight price of pain or inconvenience, like I'm watching some ridiculous child plot of Jimmy Canoe and his two magic unicorns, and he has to canoe across whatever the Pacific, but he can't do it without the help of the unicorns, and they come from Unicornucopia, whatever. I don't know. This isn't actually a script I have in mind. And they're excited. And oh, boy, because in the end, you know what it's about? Because I love my little nieces and I want them to be happy. And if you get any of the shit, now I can understand certain things that are painful or harmful. I get that. But if you're talking like, put on the cute little pink thing. There's no pain. There's no pins and needles. It doesn't hurt. But if you get this wrong girl. And you could say, but Aaron, they might not be psychologically comfortable, something in their past. You're right. 100%. It is what it is. Not the girl for you. I don't think the girl for anyone. Girls should, I'll say it again. The Masons, which I'm not a part of, they have a rule that so-and-so is the leader, and you will follow his orders because the Masons is a men's group with jovial compliance. Jovial, not reluctant, not jovial compliance. And if she ain't, let's go. Not the girl for you. Not, nope. Nobody, nope. To the no. I think, wait, isn't there a song? I thought there was doesn't it go something like, no. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Because then you get this shit. Guys, there are things worse than being single. It's married to a girl that you're negotiating sex with. You're negotiating. We argue all the time. Fuck no. New concept. Don't argue. You don't argue. I have that. We don't argue. There are words. They have meanings. We're intellectually on it. And whatever. The issues aren't. There's like not even a lot of emotion. It's just like, okay. Because we use the English language, right? Okay, cool. No emotion. Logic, words. Okay. We'll do it that way then. That's fine. But something as important as sex, I don't. No, man. Just really, the lingerie test, this article proved, I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of important sex, but, on a conceptual level, you understand. Yeah, sex is pretty important. But when I saw the amount of backlash, and oh yeah, teen girl's gonna come out. Oh, how dare your husband demand you put on the French maid outfit? Like, I'm not arguing with the woman about putting on the French maid outfit. It should be you come home on a random Tuesday and she got it on and she's making you a little something. This used to happen in the olden days. In the olden days, times you come in and there she had, I remember a particular little red number one girl had on. She was making soup. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. And look, lady, there's nothing wrong if you don't like sex. There's nothing wrong if you don't like putting on the outfit. Just tell the guy that. And guys, now you know that's not the one for you. And there's no should. There is no should. There are only decisions. There are only choices. And if you're intellectually honest, the solution will present itself. You don't like sex. You don't like lingerie for whatever reason. I'm not going to force it on you. We're done. If you're dumb enough to be married by that time without, you just file for divorce. It's no, sex is not negotiable. I don't care what the price is, and you go on. But for you youngin' boys out there who aren't already ruined your life like this, and for you girls, lingerie test, very important. Very important. Like, and you don't have to actually buy it. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe you would. Because going out and shopping for it is one thing. When it comes time to actually put it on, that's another thing. Yeah, I think you do have to buy it. I think you have to, like, hey, not like on the first date, by the way. I'm no dating expert, but I'm going to guess you probably shouldn't do that on the first date. But after a while, you think, this might go somewhere, and go. You can pick them up cheap online. It's not that it's not a lot of material either. Like, hey, put this on. What am I? Your slave? There's the answer. You are free to go now, sir. You are free to go. You just want one thing. And don't you? And here's another. You should read this article. I dare say even get this woman's book. Read what she's written. Notice how much fighting and resistance and tooth pulling there is. Like, oh, nothing is a boner killer more than negotiating and tooth pulling. Like, oh no, just no, man, no, no. You are jovially compliant with sex. If the guy says put on whatever, the blue heels with the Playboy Playmate bunny ears, you got a choice. Dare I say, ladies, you have a choice. You can shame them, in which case, well, there went your super fun, happy sex time. Or you could just like, ooh, he like the idea of being nice or doing something. Self-sacrifice is almost too big of like self-sacrifice. That's like dying on a beach so that your family might live. So somewhat selfless. Can't you just go see Jimmy Canoe and the Three Magic Unicorns? Farting unicorns. Can you just make the guy happy, or is it so painful? And what I love about this article, this is Christian conservative. Oh, where's the, again, not to slam them, but to kind of shoot one across the bow. Where's the Daily Wire gang on this with the resistance? And oh my God, men want to have sex. Fighting over, well, I don't like it. Like, you're not, just put it on. Why? Your love for your husband should make you just like, oh, I don't really think he's crazy, but you know what? I want him to be happy. You can see these guys. You'll see them. It's exceptionally rare. I think I have it down to 4 in 1,000. 4 in 1,000 men get that happy wife till death do you part. And I've watched a handful of couples I've seen, literally on one hand. And the wife was just smitten. She just, even if they were old, you could just see, they just look at their husband like, look, oh my God. When these people go away, I'm going to jump on his bones, and he is just a cat's meow, and whatever he wants, I'm going to do. Not in a slave-like obedient way, but she just likes the guy that much. And it's so rare. So rare. And God, I'll tell you, either get that or you go home. You either get that, you get this. None of it. No arguing. No issues or hangups with sex. Absolutely not. And you girl, how do I find a guy? Well, get over your hangups. And if you don't like sex that much, that's fine, ladies. Just say so. And because it's not fun. What, you think it's fun for this lady here? Just go find Go find some nerdy engineering major. Go find a modern day soy boy who's like a little afraid of sex. Okay. And then, he gets to cop a feel under the sweater, but over the bra. And that was your copulation on your honeymoon night. Just go do that. But for those of you who are normal men, just did no. Jovial compliance. Jovial. Link below. Okay. The lady wrote 8 pages of which, boy, what a wonderful, could you imagine being married to this, huh? I have a little bit more of a clinical approach. Get the book of numbers analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. That was audited by an actuary, so you see just what your chances of success are. Before you just settle for some gal like, I don't like wearing heels. They make me uncomfortable. That's so hot when they complain. They do you the favor, then they complain about it. Like, there's a whole book to be written, but none of you girls are going to read it. Chapter 1, the man. Have you met him? Another person that isn't you who also exists. Whoa, radical concept. Chapter 1, other people than me exist? Wait a minute. So there's the book of numbers analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Also, A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. Not exactly germane to this topic, but more number and data statistics of which you can observe both male and female behavior through the lens of economics. It's also telling. And then also germane to this, The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. Guy, I maybe you would tolerate a marriage. Maybe, at least I got a girl. At least I'm not lonely. I'd rather be alone than have what this couple has. I'd rather be alone. I'm not compromising on sex. It's just not happening. But for the most part, you can see this in the books I told you about before. Women only have a fractional interest in that men do women. Also, they are forecasting just shy of half of women are not going to be married. It's not being married. Some might have kids. That was a misquote. I had the wrong information. They might have kids, but they're forecasting roughly half, just shy of half of women will not be married. That also means half of you men will not be married, though I think you're acutely aware of that as dating has gone on. And because of that, I came up with a book called The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. Because you might date, there will be the opposite sex, but you're probably not going to get married. So with half the population not getting married, you're going to say, well, what do I do in life? And that's what the menu is. I get a lot of quotes. Well, I really want a girl. I really want to get married and have a family. I'm like, well, that's cool. As all humans have since time immemorial. But today, we're in a very interesting spot in human history where half the population doesn't want that. They don't want you. So both of you got to figure out what to do in life without the opposite sex. And it's a very good and existential book. I think it's some of my more I won't say my finest writing. It's good writing, but I think it's a very practical book. Probably on par with Curse of the High IQ, where if you didn't know you were smart, you better figure it out and get an IQ test so you know exactly why you're in constant mental pain dealing with the normies. You're just kind of the same thing where it's like, hey, look, it's not 1940 anymore. Girls just aren't that interested. Ladies, you're going to be single. Men, you're going to be single. You all better figure out what to do and give your life meaning and purpose in life without the opposite sex, because it just ain't going to happen. So that's also linked below. I'd say you go have sex and have some sexy fun time lingerie, but we're so done with it. So done. Peace, contentment, and freedom. Dr. Paradox, $5. Disagreed. Lost argument about lingerie. We had, why can't I wear these heels in the shower? They will dry. It's okay because I was thinking about safety. All right, Doc, you have a very, okay. Doc perfected. Like, everyone should aim for Doc. Why can't I wear these heels in the shower? They will dry. It's okay because I was thinking about safety. I like, Doc, you're winning. You're winning. That's the right type of gal. You should have her write a book. I don't know. How not to hate sex and enjoy life. I don't know. Whatever book they need. I stepped in San Francisco shit, $2. I found a big old DEI page on the Western Governors University website. Really? Okay. we got to rethink if there's, it's still better than going to okay, it's not as good as we thought it was, but it's still better going to a physical school. Cheaper too. Dr. Paradox, $2. CVS now offering jabs to help you hate lingerie. There might be something like that. There was a, what the hell was it? I gotta think about it. God darn it. What was it? Wasn't that, oh God darn it. I'll figure it out. Operation Evil. JJ Sedton, $5. Make-up sex is the worst thing in the world. Do anything you can to avoid that, and that usually means the gym. The American dream is in the gym. Yep, there's a new American dream, and it is not involving cooperation, or it just isn't. It just isn't. The American dream is now very in a very traditional American sense, individualistic, but it's outside of community, and it's outside of relationships. Dicastinator, $10. Here's $10 for 10 years of life enriching content. I bought all your books. Thanks. I watch most of your videos. You've been a positive inspiration in my life. Here's to another 10 years of truth, asshole. Got nothing else to do. If things had been different and traditional, Cappy might have just been a regular old analyst or economist, regular old ward cleaver, raising a couple sons, maybe a daughter or two with his standard wife, white picket fence, but it's not what happened, is it now? Which is a much more interesting life. There's always a big silver lining to the cloud. There's always balance. I mean, let's admit it. This is a way better life than being an economist, right? And man, was it pulling teeth just to get people to pay me to be an economist, and let alone heed what I said. You don't want that? Fine. I'm going to tell you all to fuck off and die, and you're all assholes. I'm going to expose you all for the pieces of shit that you are. Money, 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 money. Oh, this is much better. I can shade my charts whatever color I want. That guy died, by the way. The asshole the banker that complained about, I don't like the shade of this chart. Fuck off. He's dead now. He never got to retire. Worked until he was dead. It was great. Couldn't happen to a more deserving piece of shit. The Human Society, $5. Enjoying your stream, sitting in my who dang diggly Jeep. My girl like it, though. She won't complain and question, just hops in and asks, where are we going? There is a lot to simplify it. Girls, if you just became like dogs, I know it sounds condescending, but I don't know. We're not the ones that are like fucking mainline and antidepressants here. The dog is something you could learn a lesson to or from. Like, oh, look, it's excited to go anytime. It's excited to see you. It's genuinely happy. I wouldn't say go play fetch with the ball. The dog of no real value loves playing ball. Do I like picking up the slobbery ball? Not particularly, no, but it gives me great joy to see the dog having great joy. Oh my God, I don't like giving blowjobs. Well, geez, but maybe would the joy your husband has, would that exceed the whatever pain of the chore giving a blowjob is? Well, look, here's, got it. Ladies, if you're incapable of selflessness, don't bother getting married. You're not capable of love. There you go. There you go. Guy's got to lay his life down to protect the family. If you can't be inconvenienced by sexual things that you find annoying or you don't like, oh, well, then you don't get married. Outcast of the, I'm also happy, just so you know, like long ago I left the church because I could. But this shit, look, it's already complicated male-female dynamics. You add the fucking Bible on top of it, and no one's following the rules or the traditions anymore. Get the fuck out of here. John said, obscure Bible quote, and you're like, how the hell does that have anything to do with, well, you see, if I put as much spin as a feminist tornado on it, you can see that you should shut the fuck up and get out of the way. Just go have a female convent with God. Just go become a nun. Go become a nun. Outcast of the Mega People, 10 generous dollars at 5'4", 168 pounds. Girl in lingerie is not appealing in the least. Yes, that's the average height and weight of women now. Yeah, but you could see that. Go to any Victoria's Secrets, Fredericks of Hollywood. Unfortunately, Yandy was the best. Yandy had the sluttiest, skankiest lingerie. Oh, it was a good old time. Big old fat plus size model on the front page. That's my rule. I understand you're going to be overweight women and they want to wear lingerie. Maybe their husbands are overweight. They want their, okay, there's a market for it. I don't want to see that on the front page. If I see that on the front page, I'm done. I'm gone. But, and I'd be curious. I've looked up the research before and it's inconclusive, but I'd be curious what % of women are just buying lingerie for themselves, which negates the point. And then they come on, it's not all about. Yeah, okay. We've heard, we got the memo. We've been getting it for 50 years. We know it's not about. We got it. We got. Dare you consider other people? You're the generation that drops off your kids at daycare because your career is more important than raising your kids, right? Just wanted to check, just want to confirm. Only you exist. No one else exists. Why are you lonely? I don't know. Why are you doing antidepressants at 50? Could it be because you got no love? See what I'm aiming for, and this goes in any human interaction. All human interaction is somewhat sacrificial. You got to invest your time in other people. When the nieces and the nephews grow up, they're going to say, boy, do you remember when Uncle Aaron took it? Blippy is the huge. They all want to see Blippy. Oh, my God, Blippy. If you don't know who Blippy is, go look up Blippy. Oh, my, I should, but you got to get them to come to Vegas. Oh, my God, Blippy. They love Blippy. Do you remember when Uncle Aaron took us to Blippy? Do you remember when we saw Jimmy Canoe and the 3 farting unicorns? Oh, my. And they'll be old, but I'll have a legacy. Compare that. I had this ex-wife who never gave blowjobs. It was a pain in the ass and a miserable existence. Who's happier? The little kid. Oh, man, Uncle Aaron got us ice cream and cake, and he just gave us love, and we went on stupid adventures, and da-da-da-da-da. And my ex-husband expected me to give him a blowjob. Oh, my God. Who's happier? Like, where a little bit of sacrificial love goes a long way. I don't like changing the car oil. I don't like working on the house. You do it. Oh, I don't like sighting the guns. I don't like the fact I got to go out and shoot the bad guys if I need the guns. Actually, I kind of do look forward to that. It's just like, ooh. Knock, knock, pop, pop. Chase Robidoux, $5. I should write you about a theory I have in this particular subject. Please do, Chase. Please do. I'll have to charge you for it, but please do. Michigan expat, 10 generous dollars. Going to be like one of our sci-fi anime, men and women segregated from each other, and the whole plot line will be about them trying to meet again and figuring out how to get along again. MMMWGAA. What animes are you talking? I don't know about. Where were they separated? I know Robotech, the women were kind of at the command and they were like rated, like Lieutenant Uhura, and the men were out, Roy Fokker, and there was a Zentradi gal, Mirana. She was on the Zentradi side. I'm trying to see where the men and women were separated and they couldn't get back together again. Watch the population drop, man. Watch the population drop, man. It's all sewed, man. It's going to be hilarious. I can't wait till, I won't say what group it is that hates the other group. I can't wait till the hateful group of a particular generation reaches my age. Like, man, my generation, watching them turn 50 is very interesting. I can't wait for the younger generation. Like, oh, you double down on hatred. I see. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Link below. Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI in the Pursuit of Women. The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. And A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. That's where we're going. Where does this end up? Go read that book. We'll see you guys later, tools.